Ladies and gentlemen, the Ambassador of the United States of America to Sri Lanka, Mr. Atul Keshap. Please give him a warm welcome. Welcome, sir. We'll now have the head of Lanka Comic Con, the Lanka Comic Con Trust, Tilani Samarasinha.
It's amazing. Is it my show? All right, fantastic. Yeah, please, go right ahead.
So, good morning everyone. Thank you so much for coming to Lanka Comic Con, and I hope you guys are prepared to have an awesome time. It's a real pleasure to introduce this gentleman to you. Last year, he was one of my most embarrassing moments at Comic Con because I was manning the gate. And we had a huge rush of people. And there was this really cheerful, smiley gentleman who came in and said, yeah, give me a ticket. And I was like, he's really familiar. I know him from somewhere. But whatever, he paid his $100 and walked in. And about 15 minutes later, someone calls me and says, is the American ambassador here? And I'm like, nah, nobody in a suit came in. It was perfectly fine. And then I'm like, oh no, I think I took money from him and sent him in. But I think he had a pretty good time.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Absolutely.
So he's back again this year as well. We're really happy to have him here. So give it up for Mr. Atul Keshap.
Thank you so much, Delani. I really appreciate it. You guys are wonderful. I'm going to have about 36 minutes of boring speeching to give you. Just kidding. It's not 36 minutes. It's 42 minutes. But I want to ask you guys an important question. I want you to think about something. I want you to think about something. In my opinion, the most important, most famous superhero that I've ever been exposed to is Superman. And I want to ask you something. Why does Superman wear his underpants on the outside of his costume? Now I'm going to share my answer with you, but I want you to think about what that answer might be. Why does Superman wear his underpants on the outside of his costume? There's a profound reason why. You think about it. Meanwhile, I want to ask you guys, if I say Marvel, oh my gosh, it must be Saturday morning. If I say Marvel, you say? If I say Marvel, you say? If I say DC, you say? Okay, maybe you are awake. That's good. Look, last year, this was an amazing event in Sri Lanka. This was a celebration of youth, of imagination, of freedom, of talent, of individuality. And it was in a tiny little space, and we were all squashed in. And I snuck in with my family, and we had a great time. And look at this year. What an amazing success already. The organizers are amazing people. I want you guys to give them a huge hand. Sri Lanka Comic Con. What a great job they've done. How many people here are members of the Geek Club? Okay, that's pretty weak. How many people here are members of the Geek Club of Sri Lanka? That's a little better. I tell you what, I'm an honorary member of the Geek Club of Sri Lanka, and I'll tell you why. My wife will always tell anybody who will listen that at my very core and heart of my being, I'm like a 9-year-old boy. And she'd be totally right about that. My very able Deputy Chief of Mission, Robert Hilton, is right there. He'd say, no, 9's a little too mature, a little too sober. I'd say more like 7. And he's right. He's absolutely right. But the important thing about this gathering is that everyone here shares an appreciation for the power of imagination. I remember getting the comic books from the States when I was a kid growing up in Africa. I would steal my older brother's Spider-Man comics. And I was amazed by the imagination in those pages. Now, I tried to dress up a little bit today, but American ambassadors are not much good for it. Folks in my embassy say I do an effortless job every day of being either Lex Luthor or the Kingpin. Either way, I'm a villain. But I will tell you something, imagination is the fuel. Imagination is the fuel for the future of mankind. I'm gonna revise my remarks. Imagination is the fuel for the future of humankind. The folks at the Sri Lanka Geek Club, Sri Lanka Comic Con, Asus Computers, the American Center here at the American Embassy in Colombo, Sri Lanka, we believe in imagination. We believe in creativity. We believe in the independence of the human spirit. We believe in fundamental human rights. We believe that if young people can achieve their full potential, the world will be a better place. All right, I got one supporter right there. Remember my question. Why does Superman wear his underpants on the outside of his costume? Think about the world of the 1930s. Think about the era in which Superman was invented. The Great Depression in the United States. People queuing up for free food and soup and bread. People with no hope. The clouds of war looming in the East and in the West, people not knowing the way forward. Superman was created to give people hope. You all know the story of Superman, most powerful fellow in the world, endowed with these special abilities because he was from an alien planet, Krypton, Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, DC. You guys can imagine a world where we don't have to pollute the environment to maintain a high standard of living. Wow, it's like, yeah, maybe, sort of. Of course you can. You can imagine a world where the oceans are clean, the harvests are bountiful, the land is pure, and we still maintain a high standards of living. You can do it, science can do it, you know you can do it. You wouldn't be here if you didn't have that imagination. You can imagine a world where you can achieve anything you want. You're not constrained by family name or by your gender or by where you were born or what you make. You can just apply your imagination and talent to achieving better outcomes. I want to thank everybody for listening to my remarks. I want to thank the organizers, Delani particularly, and everybody else for their hard work. I want to encourage all of you young people to fulfill your dreams and realize your imagination. Superman wears his underpants on the outside of his costume because he's sending you a signal. He may be the most powerful person on earth. He may have powers no one else has. He could tyrannize and suppress every single person on earth, but he doesn't. He supports goodness. He supports the common man. He supports all that is decent. He protects people from danger. He uses his powers to a higher purpose. Those of you who are here today, you think like that. You don't need convincing. You believe in the power of imagination for a better future. Superman, my friends, wears his underpants on the outside to show you that he is different. To show you that he is different. And he is not afraid to be seen as different. And nor are you. I love you guys. You're fantastic. The youth culture of Sri Lanka shows so much promise. Enjoy. Thank you.
As an honorary member, edition volunteers.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope it fits. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate it. Thank you. Cheers.
We'll also have the head of Asus in Sri Lanka, Mr. Ishki, to share a few words with us. Asus, our main sponsor, our title sponsor of the Asus Lanka Comic Con 2017.
Hi everybody, good morning. Oh man, good morning. Thank you. First of all, let me tell you how shocked I am to see the talent here today. So I think you deserve a round of applause for yourself. Amazing, amazing cosplay. And just let me tell you that Asus Sri Lanka is proud to be the title sponsor of this event. As you know, we love to be unique, and the geek culture goes hand in hand with Asus because we have ROG, the Republic of Gamers, which is the largest gaming brand in the world. And since you geeks love notebooks and you love gaming, this is the best way you can be a part of it. Our stall is right there. So I just want you guys to have a blast. There's gifts every 10 minutes. So I hope every one of you walks away with some gift today. So all the very best and thank you so much.